Alrighty, hello there. So I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel here. This will be the first video. I'm going to play through the top 10 CC courses for the 2025 design season. I'm going to start with the winner, Dunglass, by Ben. Ben has given us so much feedback over the years with all his World Cup playthroughs, CC playthroughs, just playthroughs out of the goodness of his heart. So we're going to start with Ben. Hi Ben, how are you doing? Oh, we can see chat on my screen. This is going so well so far. This is great. Yeah, just going to hop right in here. So I'm playing, we have lovely default golfer. I've barely upgraded my clubs. I think I still play on potentially perfect swings, so, you know, we'll give the best feedback we can. I will work on actually playing this game, but I figured let's maybe not figure out how bad I am on the first video here. We do love default guy. Yeah, he's great. So yeah, back to use pin 4. I've got the winds on medium. And I think from the south, I want to say. So, yeah. Let us give this a go. Hello, Chicken. How are you? What was the boo for? Very rude. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm going to try and be uploading these to YouTube. Just for, I don't know, another voice. Another person adding some thoughts on course design feedback for Sunglass, for Dunglass. Yeah, very good. Yeah. With that being said, I'm basically just going to copy exactly what Ben does. So we'll fly around the course, talk about it, I'll play it, I'll give my thoughts. That's what I like to watch, so I figure that's what everyone else likes to watch. So let's go take a little peek. So, I think most of you know, but yeah, Ben and I are actually pretty good friends, and we went on a trip of a lifetime. We went to Scotland this year and played, was it 10.5 courses in 9 days? So it was a lot. So I know there's a lot of like little nods to certain stuff here. So I'm sure. Is this? I actually don't think I noticed this when I played the course. So the very first course that we played out there together was we played Gullin number 2 and number 1, I believe. And right in the town there, they actually had a little kids course with a little shack with a sign on it that said, was it, all adults must be accompanied by a responsible child, and a bunch of other fun rules like that. So yeah, it was just this cute little, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hole course, exactly like this. Oh, that's great. It's fun. Yeah. Good plot here. Yeah. So lots of coastal holes. Burns, because links. Walls, because links. Pot bunkers, because links. That's fun. Yeah. Ruins, very good. Yeah. The environment's really good. The planting all makes sense here. Colors are good, textures are good. So much wall. It's all custom too, hey? Ooh, different. Yeah, this would have taken probably quite a bit of time, so. Great. All the way out, so, yeah. Nice out and back roading here. Yeah. Look at this. In these little areas where no one's really going to take a look. Let's put some time into it. It's fun. and does high effort. One second. Yeah, the kill spindy thing was really cool. Yeah. Great. Looking forward to this. And then, yeah, the town here. The town looks really good. You can't really fault anything with that. Just the way it skylines on a couple of the holes too is awesome. Only one boat on the pier there. Would have maybe deducted a little bit for that. Anyways. Yes, different stones for mute reasons. Yeah. Anyways, first hole. Let's do this. So, nice little dog leg around the ocean here. Water beach in play. The new waves, such a nice tool, or little gift to the community. They look great. Can't see them super well, which is a little annoying, but yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. Anyways, first hole. So with my little driver here, I can hit it pretty freely, but I think if you had the longer driver, maybe club down to a 3-wood if you're downwind or something like that too. Bumpy fairway, no bunkers. So ease us into the round nicely. Yeah, good green. Nice lower pocket there, upper tier. Nothing too stressful for the first shot, but yeah. This pin right here is probably the toughest one for this. Or you'd probably definitely want to be hugging the coast, but yeah. It's a good hole. Nothing like it's good, it's not great. It's kind of one of those that gets us into the round, gets us going. Take it from there. Oh, Mr. Walnuts, how we doing here? Great to have you on board. Second hole. A bit longer here. Yeah, a little OB down the right side. Again, with my driver, I don't really have to worry about the bunkers. Longer driver, downwind. Potentially clubbing down to a 3-wood there. Yeah. Screen spices it up a little bit more. Yeah. Good. Hey, how's it going, Matt? Yep. Yep, gentle openers can be nice. Although I do think probably my favorite opening hole from our trip, aside from, playing the old course, was probably Ely, which is a pretty tough opener, for being honest. So. Yes. Yeah. Saucy, welcome. Oh, Scotty, shush. Yes, Ely 2 was even more memorable. Yes. You can tell the story if you like, Ben. Yeah. We're looking for CC difficulty. I think those first 2 holes, they play good. You're going to have some different length approach shots going into them, so good variety. Now we got a good short par 4 here. Yeah. Shorter hole, but the land movement has been cranked up substantially here, so it's fun. I don't really want to have a pitch shot, so with my default golfer, I don't have a lot of the fancy shots either, so I do have to be careful with that kind of stuff. So, alright, lay back here. Yeah, staggered bunkers are good. Yeah, I think for different pins here, you definitely want to hit different areas of this fairway. So I'm gonna try and get to that flat spot up there. Hopefully that should give like good wedge distance into the hole here. Hi, Rhino. Yeah. Not quite there. Yeah. It's pretty aggressive, but this mounting in front is cool. The way it just kind of feeds onto the green there too. If this was a longer hole, this would be probably a bit too spicy, but 350 works great. Didn't pay attention to the foot lie there, I think. Tricky little chip now, but yeah. Just get it onto the red slope there, it should feed down. So. Ooh. Or we'll go way past. Yes. Good job, default guy. Killing it. There we go. Long par 3. This one definitely has vibes of the third hole at Ely. Very cool. Yeah, hole of this length though, the green is... yeah. I kind of call this super tame, but there's contours that just allow you to kind of work the ball wherever you need to work it. So. We can land this quite a bit short. We're downwind as well, so downhill, downwind. Will that get there? No, 6 iron. Coming in too high, but should be able to get there with a 5 iron. That'll work. Town looks great. Cool. Par 5. Yeah, tee shot's good. Staggered bunkers. Gonna work well for different drivers, different winds, that kind of stuff. If we can carry these, or actually, I think probably hugging that high bunker. Get some rollout with a longer driver. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Ooh. Good distance to go for this. Wind in the face kind of hurts us a bit. We can probably run it through this little swale to get there. But Bundy, welcome, welcome. This is a weird one. I think sculpting wise, I don't know. There's like 3 little bumps here and they just kind of look a little off to my eye. It's a weird nitpick, but I don't know. That was like just smooth out a little bit, but yeah. Alright. So with the lie, ball's going to push us to the right, but wind should push us left, so we'll go for there, because I think we're going to run it up the high side and it should roll through. Yeah, works pretty good. Yep, the entire green just falls kind of left to right there. Makes sense. The entire hole does that, so. Long putt. Too bad. Yeah. The wall looks great. The scaling on it's really good too. It's the correct height. Yeah, this really reminds me of one of the holes at Dunbar. I think it was the 6th hole there. Yeah, the tee shot anyways, he really dog legs around the OB. Very cool course, by the way. Not as well known as the other big ones, but definitely worth checking out. Kind of course you could play every day. Yeah. Big punch bowl green, long hole, so very forgiving around the green. Yeah, lots of ground game, so run it up the high left side, have it feed down, anything, lots of options. That's probably an evisceration of this course. So we haven't got to the bad holes yet. They're coming, don't worry. Yeah, there is. Alright, 7. Mid-length par 4. Oh. Oh. Ben and I chat quite a bit, and I watched him building this course, and didn't provide feedback, but just kind of, we hang out and chat and as we work on stuff together. This hole, I think when you're building, sometimes there's holes that they're just a lot tougher than the others for some reason or another, and I think this was one for him. It's functional, it's a decent hole, but yeah, this is probably the weakest hole so far, I think we can safely say. Tee shot makes sense, but it's just maybe a little, for being on the coast, it's a little bit there, I guess. So play to the high side, get a flatter lie. Play down to the bunkers, get a better angle. But yeah. It's a little bit clunkier, I guess, than the other holes, but it'll play good. yeah, and that's, how it goes with a lot of this too. If you can get it to, yeah, this works, sometimes that'll be a victory in and of itself. So there we go. Nice par 3. This will be our 8th hole at Kilspindie Inspiration. Yeah. Yeah. This one, the waves do work really well. You can see them crashing in there. Nice little touch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, length of the hole works. I kind of feel this is a weird one. I almost feel like this hole could work better being like 10 yards longer. So I think just with the, what was it, front of the green there? Yeah, 165. It would just like, I think this bunker would come into play a little bit more, because for the length of this hole, it's mostly an aerial shot, but I think just that extra 10 yards, then you'd kind of be looking to land it shorter in here, really flirt with this bunker a bit. But weird little nitpick. I realized downwind as well, that would be a little bit different. But I know I also play with shorter clubs. Yeah, I could see that, but I think you'd probably still be fine. I think that's the other thing to keep in mind is, yeah, CC is like lower difficulty levels, but it doesn't mean we need to like remove all the challenge out of some things. Like giving them a kinetic or an elite kind of type shot every once in a while is a good little. We can do that for CC. It's fine. All right. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what the inspiration for this hole is, but I don't know. Someone could figure it out. Oh yeah, no, I know. Ben building easy courses is challenging for Ben. Um, so hole like this, we're looking to challenge these bunkers a bit more. Again, I understand I have the shorter driver, so yeah. So to me, this is probably the less desirable angle. Just me wondering if these bunkers are like in the right spot or not. Even shifting them over just a hair, making that tee shot just a little harder, but yeah. Yeah. Also too, little thing, but maybe sightline wise, I think some of this grass right here, this mound could lower it like 3 feet. We can just see those bunkers just a little bit better too. So we can see them, but little things. Yeah, big sawgrass vibes. Yeah. I think if anything, the community needs more rhino playthroughs. Those are probably the most effective ones. Alright. Fun second shot here. We're downwind, so we're obviously going for this now. Hopefully catch that feeder slope. Oh yeah, this is the kind of fun pin too. This is great. Yeah, bunker's in a good spot. You could have maybe even shifted it like 5 yards more, but no, I think we're good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the communities, I've said this from day one, but the community is just way too nice to each other. And I think we need a bit more honesty from time to time. So, oh, here we go. Catch that slope. Make it fun. Oh, oh, come back down. That's a very fun approach shot. Yeah. Come on, turn. There we go. And that's a good. That's also a good way of, like, you know, the inspiration for that hole is 13 at North Bear, the pitch, right? But taking an idea and just building a completely different hole from it, that's fun. Alright. Yeah, cool hole. This will be the toughest pin on the screen for sure. Big old front, yeah, front to back sloping green. And I need something with a lot of spin, so I almost think trying to just stay up here will probably give us the best, yeah. Yeah. It is a really good hole. Yeah. Great way of making a hole of this length. Just, yeah, you really got to think about this one here. I guess the other thing you can look at. Ooh. We actually have a lot of options on this hole. It's probably not the way he intended it, but you could probably even just blast it over there and then take a bit of that green slope away. That'd be very pin dependent, but anyways, I'm gonna hit this. Hopefully with the bouncy bounce and the downwind, we'll get up onto the top of that. We will see. Ooh. Yeah, perfect. Great view. Lighting really looks good. Probably my favorite hole so far, honestly. Alright. Still a tough approach, my goodness. Dial this back. I don't want to land short of the green, because that'll just, we'll be off the back of it. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Oh, rude. Yeah. That's great designing right there. Short hole, right into a really long hole. Yeah. Really like the look of this tee shot too. It's great. Yeah. Bunkers are visible. Yeah, you can see all of them. Yeah. Love the staggered bunkers. Going into the green there too. Cool. Hold the fairway. It will not hold the fairway. That light rough. Look at all that light rough Ben gave us. Wow. So kind. Praise be. Thank you, Ben. Alright. Yeah. That's fun too. So we can bounce it way in off the left side here. Yeah. Green's very accepting of that. Even a little backstop on this side too. Yeah. Good hole. I think this hole would play really good, like into the wind as well. Because you have just so much space to run it up there if you need to. Alright. How much is this going to kick it to the right? Yep. Yep. Two really, really good holes back to back there. Town looks awesome. Nice use of a single hazard, well, other than the ocean, I guess. Yeah, I think it's a good hole. It's quite a ways away from being one of my favorites on this course, though. I almost feel this is where my realism kicks in. Just that maybe like this side is a little too close to the ocean or something. Or I feel like if we have a stormy day, this fairway is just completely covered in salt water. A little higher maybe, a little band of dunes just as a buffer or something. But, yeah. The bunker dictates everything on this hole, so that's cool. But it is just a little, yeah. I think how do we have a polite way of saying things sometimes. I would say this is a golf hole. Yeah. Let's take a look at the green. Yeah. It's a good green. It's feels a little bit like some of the others we've seen already. So yeah, it's simple. False front, that kind of stuff. For me, I think the backdrop does a lot of heavy lifting on this hole. So looks good. Holds your playing interest. Yeah. Another cool shorter par 4 here. Spicy green. That's good. Yeah. But again, yeah. Saving the spicier greens for the shorter holes works well. Once again, I'll be laying up here. Yeah, this ridge, which is an extension of the wall here, which is cool. That's something we saw on Ely as well. Yeah, I want to get to the flatter part of this fairway here. So hopefully, yeah, we hit a partial driver. Let's see how this goes. partial driver, 100%, very good. Yeah, good yardage. Yeah, like this hole a lot. Lots of options. Par 5, yeah. It's nice. There's definitely a sense of coming home on this course. With that sense of place, the town just looks awesome. Skyline against the fairway. Gorgeous tee shot. Again, we got a bit of that wall kind of coming into play there. I think, yeah. Hopefully we can get the speed slot on this one too. Nice. There we go. Nice. Yeah, it's satisfying. Woo! There's a fun little pin. That little ridge in the fairway is going to be very tricky for getting close to this one. Fun. If we get on the right side of it, it should help, but yeah. So dial this back just a little bit. Yeah, if this was playing into the wind as well, these staggered bunkers here work nicely. Yeah. Good par 5. Keep turning. Uh-oh. We went into the sand pit. Nice backstop, yeah. Good green. Yep, fun. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Nice little uphill par 3. Yeah. It fills the kind of the yardage gap there. I think we've had first par 3 was pretty long. We had more of a mid-length, and so this is our short one. Yeah, 160 to a very back pin, so that'll play with, yeah, like 140 to a front pin. So different clubs into all the par 3s is good. It's a simple hole. It works. It's kind of one of those that, like, you know, you've checked the variety box with it, even though maybe it's not the most spectacular, memorable hole. It adds, you know. I think the green works really well, actually, for a hole like this. So. Kind of like a 3-tier, I guess, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. But means club selection, hitting your spot is gonna matter. And, you know, for a short 3, that's kind of what you're looking to test. So This hole exists. Yep. It exists, but like it's, you know, it has a place and a purpose. So, there we go. Downhill, downwind, so this hole is drivable, even with this driver that I have. It was a fun shot. Looks great. Like I said, I think this whole closing stretch, not that it crutches on the town, but like you're moving in one direction back to it, so I'm not tired of it, that's for sure. Alright. Tricky green here. I don't think there's a hope in hell I can get this close to that pin, but probably honestly just looking to roll off the back here a little bit. It'll still be a tricky chip, but could lay up, but that's not fun. So. Oh, it does get close. Huh. Well, that worked out better than I was expecting. Yeah. Yeah, lots of runoffs, roll-offs, that kind of stuff. Works well. And I know with the, I go this one too. Like a little pull or a push or something like that, and the water's very much in play here. So, yeah. Good hole. Something a little different too. So. Sadness. Mm-hmm. 17. This feels like a Ben Curran Crenshaw par 4 kind of thing. For being totally honest here, I think this little pocket is probably there just because of not sure that would actually exist in real life, but I think we did it for video game reasons. What else we got? Yeah. So play here, obviously you want to get close to the ocean, better angle in, better view, all that kind of stuff. So. I don't mind this hole, but I would say this hole probably feels the most like modern type of design, I would say. Like, I don't think this type of hole you're gonna be seeing too much on like an actual like old classic links. So. Works well. It's, again, not my favorite, but it's functional, serves a purpose. Light rough is fine. There, 14 and 17. Yeah, I don't think this is... Those aren't... I wouldn't compare this hole to those right off the bat, I guess. Like, now that you've said it, I can kind of see it, I guess, but... I don't know. It's a little different. 18. Yes. And closing hole. Yeah, this is just fun. Obvious nod to people might think St. Andrews, but this is definitely kind of more North Berwick 18th hole. Yeah. OB is close there. But a little more room around the green than. Oh, yeah, sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this. It's tough to explain, but yeah, it felt more. 17 felt just a bit more modern in its execution, I guess, than the other holes that you've presented on the course so far. So. Yeah. Now we just end with just a fun shot, you know. A really, really good way to close out the round here. Fun little Easter egg here. When we were in North Berwick, I think we commented, it was like, didn't imagine I'd be seeing as many palm trees in Scotland as we did, but yeah, there were definitely saw them on more than one occasion. That was kind of interesting. Alright, let's hit the ball here, see how this goes. Oh. I mean, I definitely have to hit a partial. Do I have other? No. Oh. That'll be too far. Well. Bye-bye. Yes. North Berwick was the last hole, or last course on our trip there. Ben and I both birdied the 18th hole, and that was really, really nice. Probably one of my favorite memories from the trip there. I think Dan got a par too, so played the hole collectively -2. Granted, it's probably the easiest hole we played on the trip, but it was fun. Yeah. Again, just really showing off the town there, so this looks great. Yeah. Cool. So, please ignore my score, as we all know. I was playing on easy settings there, but yeah, that's your CC contest winner for 2025, and I think this one, it was between this one and Scottish's University Club, inspired by Yale, and I think kind of the main things that really separated Dunglass and University was just Dunglass honestly just plays really, really well. You know, like you're hitting different lengths of approach shots. You got, you know, a lot of different looks that you're going for. But I think we'll play University in a bit here, but just the variety that Dunglass offers is kind of really what ultimately kind of elevated it for those of us that went for it. So really good course, environment, you can't really knock anything on it. No notes there. Golf is great, and building a CC course is tricky because you know you do have to tone down a lot of what some of us might normally build. So just kind of being thoughtful, providing that balance, it's really important. So yeah, congrats Ben, deserved victory, good job. I'm going to cut the stream here, and then I'll probably take a quick little break, and we'll come back and play another one. So thank you everyone.